Good evening, everyone. Welcome on in. God, is it hot? Is it me just complaining? Wow, it's yeah, what a scorcher. What a scorcher. Yeah, but welcome on in, everyone. Nice to see. The numbers have gone up. StreamYard has changed everything. And I'm a bit nervous on what I'm going to click on next. But yeah, welcome on in, everyone. It's nice to see everyone. Let's do this.
Look at how people argue about opinions. It's really destroyed people's ability to reason. Why don't people see it? Because it was such a strong psychological operation. It destroyed people's ability to know what's real and what's not. They want to know what the truth is, and they run to this truth movement business. But as I point out, do you think those who pulled off 9/11 just forgot to plan a cover-up? The so-called truth movement, I think are there for good, well-meaning purposes, but they get hoodwinked and derailed, and a con job pulled on them, and they buy into it, and they become invested in it, and they're taught to memorize this list of talking points.
That expression, truth movement. Where exactly would people like the truth to be moved to exactly? You know, over into this little corner where nobody can see it, which is essentially, what they've tried to do, because they've established this truth movement to move the truth out of view. That's what the truth movement has done.
And what do you think of the National Health Service at the moment?
It's a fucking piss take. I'm ill 4 times a year, and I've got more chance of getting shagged than I have getting an appointment.
Right, back to you in the studio.
Welcome on in, everyone. Welcome back to Alien Addict. This is the show where we discuss all things UFOs and aliens, to the paranormal and our pursuits into the mysteries of the unexplained. Welcome on in. Oh God, can I bitch? Can I please bitch? It's so hot. I can't tell you. If you're in America and live in Arizona, I understand it's like 40 odd degrees. I think it's like Fahrenheit, whatever you call it, back in America. But I tell you what, it's hitting 30. I think it reached 35 today, which is just absolutely bananas. I'm not used to it. In fact, I've been following my Cosmic Twilight channel. You can see I've been uploading my various videos on the trails in the sky. I'm not going to talk about it, don't worry, but I'm just going to show some photos of what's actually been popping up my garden. So I think these are my lilies. Okay, you think, oh, Nick, talking about gardening. Hold on. Get to know me, brother. Hold on, before you judge. Look at these lilies. They're absolutely stunning. So these ones are a few years old. These are my photogenic skills. There's another one. And it's striking, isn't it? I always buy something that's actually unusual or something that's quite striking in the garden. Normally blue and white or this color. So yeah, absolutely crystal clear blue skies. That's sunflower there. Awesome. So yeah, these are my beans. So I finally picked my first batch of beans. There we are. That's done. And also, obviously, we get to my channel in a minute. I've been doing a lot of uploads recently on my Cosmic Twilight channel on, like I said, the trails in the skies, and really tracking what this heat wave, because we're in the mix of a heat wave at the moment that's been lasting the past week, and today and the rest of the weekend is going to hit 30. So of course they're going to block out the sun. Surely, why not? So I'm obviously tracking what's been going on. Obviously they haven't been doing that, but I saw this coming back from boot camp, and I thought that's a bit unusual. And someone did put in the comment section that actually beaming frequencies into the clouds. To be honest with you, I mean, I always say why is HAARP beaming frequencies into the clouds in this specific area is to change the weather. Well, it didn't change anything because it's been absolutely clear blue skies. So it didn't really affect weather on that case. So what was the point of that? Do you understand? I just like ask questions, but I thought it was quite unusual. It actually made like a little heart shape, but I was a bit too late. I know I wasn't driving. Okay, I was actually driving. Yeah, there's another part of it, but yeah, sorry to bore you. So yeah, we're in the mix of a heat wave, and all I keep on hearing, don't worry, I'll get to chat in a minute, is flipping propaganda, fear. And it's your fault because of climate change. That's right, it's all your fault. I'm pointing at you guys. Yeah, this is all I'm hearing. And yeah, hose pipe ban, keep on hearing it every year, every summer. And look, guys, it hits 30 degrees at least once a year, or it's 3 days. That's all it is, 3 days. And everyone is getting up in arms about it. Just shocking. Enjoy the weather, guys. That's what I've been doing. And yeah, we'll get to UFOs in a minute. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get to this chap a little bit when we talk about UFOs and all that. I will have to bring up a video that unfortunately might upset a lot of people. Once they upset, might go, oh, come on, Nick, what are you doing? I'm trying to figure out which button to click. There you go. Let's get the chat, man. Right, cool, Bells Cat. Welcome on in, man. Welcome on in. Rotary Matrix. How's it going, brother? John Strokes. Mark Jeffries. Anyone else in chat? It's a bit quiet today. I don't blame you. I do not blame you at all. Enjoy that sunshine. Everyone's out. I don't blame you at all. Was everything all right? Oh, intro. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? It was at the last minute, mate. It was the last minute I managed to change everything. Like this. I don't like that. There we go. That's better. Yeah, how's it going, Rotary? Nice to see you, man. So yeah, today it's a bit of a mixed bag. I might keep it short because I'll be up early tomorrow. So yes, I'm going to be talking about Arthur C Clarke. Hey, DW, welcome on in, brother. Nice to see you. And I hope you're calling off like I am. I've got a fan, no joking. The side kept on hitting. You know, like the round plastic bit that stops you putting your finger in it. Well, I actually took it off. So it's like a death trap at the moment. I don't care. It's cheap and cheerful. But yeah, I just couldn't get it right. That's me, not putting things together. Yeah, so today it's a mixed bag, and we're going to talk about Arthur C Clarke, which I found quite interesting because for me as Alien Addict, yeah, I would like to go into like new up-to-date ufology stuff. Well, I kind of do, but I like to go back into the old past of ufology. When it comes to ufology, I'm more of a old school style. In fact, I was going to bring out one of my magazines so we can look at, for instance, like July, as we're the month of July of 1996 or 1993, and see what ufology was saying back then. Might do that next episode, like a blast from the past, so to speak. I was going to say, I forgot to mention last week, and I started watching X-Files again with the missus. Really, really good. We watched the first season last year, so I believe we're on the second season now, and my God, absolutely incredible. Very on point for what's going on today. Hey, Moody, welcome on in, man. Nice to see you. Is it hot near you? That's all I've been doing, brother. It's just bitching how hot it is. I'm English. What do you expect? So yeah, X-Files, amazing. Absolutely amazing. This day in ufology, yeah, pretty much, mate. Pretty much. Like, what was the month saying back in like 1996? I got so many magazines here, so might do that for next week because I have like 420 too hard. And you know my reading skills, hence last week. I do apologize, guys. I have been sprucing up on my reading skills. I think it's called like the program I've been using on YouTube is like reading for retards or something like that. Like Moody does, splits the word up for me. So what is going on today? What have I got talking about? So forget my channel. I tell you what, let's bring it up just quickly. Oh my God. I tell you what, StreamYard. I have to admit, StreamYard, which is the program I'm using to broadcast on YouTube, it's been doing a lot of updates, which is great. but it's changing everything. So all the buttons are in different places. So that should pop up. There we go. Yes, Cosmic Twilight. This is my main channel, guys. I know a lot of people don't really know about this, but this is what I talk about. I used to talk about German flying saucers, but now I moved it on to Alien Addict. So for me, I've been uploading pretty much every single day, tracking this heat wave and see if there's any trails in the sky. Go figure that out for yourself. It's only like short videos I've been doing, so I've been occupied with that for most of the time. Is Nick lying in front of the aircon unit? I tell you what. I might put it on in a minute. It's not on, but is the audio sounding all right? I bloody hope so, because it was terrible last week. But yeah, honestly, it's so humid in here. I'm meant to be sweating. Did you ever watch the Lone Gunman spin-off? No, I haven't. That is with the three guys in... Oh, I can't remember the names. That used to be the side... Kind of like sidekicks back in the X-Files. And I remember one episode where it was before 9/11, where a plane was about to hit the World Trade Center and it actually just misses. And I believe that was the Lone Gunman, one of the episodes. But when we get to it, man, I mean, I've got a lot of episodes to catch up on. I'm in season 2 of X-Files. Going to be honest with you, the last seasons, I think it was like 9, 10, 11, were pretty dire. I think when I think Mulder and Scully, they basically split apart and you had the new people that came in. The guy who played the Terminator, not the Terminator, the T-15 or whatever it's called. So yeah, man, we'll get to it. But yeah, the Lone Gunman, I shall keep that on my watch list, brother. Yeah. Hey, Green Tea, nice to see you. Nice to see you. And yeah, Green Tea, I was going to mention something, Green Tea. I wrote it down and I lost it. It's something to do with last episode. But yeah, welcome on in. It's nice to see you. Right. So yeah, go check out the Cosmic Twilight channel and all that. Right. I'm going to talk about something. I don't really want to bring up how can I say this? It's a topic I was actually quite surprised how in the public eye it actually has grown in the last, I think, since 2010. Well, the Iraq War technically. And it's actually this, right? This is what's been popping up on my YouTube feed. Hey, that's Hammers. That's good, man. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So yeah, this is gonna get a bit wicked and dark. Okay. If you're a bit like me back in the day, you used to watch various videos, or you had friends that were, hey, watch this video. It's really, really dark and disturbing, which can be like, for instance, ISIS videos, and we're talking about Republican videos and stuff like that. So I've had my fair shares of observations of these videos, and this YouTube channel came up, and it's been years since I actually looked into, well, actually no, into these types of videos. What's my name of my Rumble? Investigate with Nick. If you type in Investigate with Nick 89, I'm actually, I'll bring up in a minute. You can find my uploads on there. Green Tea. So yeah, this. I would, I mean, to be honest with you, how this guy talks about these videos, ISIS videos, a lot of like the worst gore videos you see online. But it also talks about the community. And this is what struck me, that the fact that a lot of people search online for this, and it's a trending topic. These videos are trending, and it's a bit like serial killers. If you look at serial killers, especially podcasts and documentaries these days, they're quite graphic, but people suck it up. They really do. I mean, me and the missus, I think we watch every single like serial killer documentary on YouTube. Well, not YouTube, like Amazon and stuff like that, like Jeffrey Dahmer and all these sort of cases, because I just find it fascinating. I really do. And even my missus as well. In fact, through the women demographic, find serial killers actually fascinating. But there's a whole new level between, okay, looking at crime scene photos and actually seeing people being murdered in the most absolute brutal way. Again, I don't like to promote sort of gory content on YouTube, but we're all adults here. And I strongly recommend, if you do watch any of these videos, he doesn't show you, but he goes in graphic detail and what these videos are. Hey, John P. Adventures, how's it going, man? Hey, Benjamin Manning. Fucking hell, sorry, man. Benjamin Manning Music, how's it going? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. So, yeah, guys, look, just be warned. I hate to be like promoting stuff, but I'm so surprised at how a trend it really is to watch these videos. And I was really taken back because it doesn't obviously, yeah, he talks about the gory videos, but it goes into more of a psychological thing. What happens with people? Like, is this videos actually promoting violence? Because you are seeing people being executed in the most brutal ways. I mean, brutal ways. So, again, take what it's worth. But I just found a whole, what could you call it? You wouldn't really call it a cult, really. It's just, you wouldn't really call it a community. It's just people that watch these videos. Is it a cult community? Whatever it's called. You get what I'm talking about. But yeah, by the way, that video there, worst school video. Oh my God. Yeah. Back in 2018, when that video came out, I'm not going to click on it. That ruined my Christmas. And it actually still ruins my sleep today. The one with the two girls down there. Do not watch it. It is horrendous. So yeah, out of that, let's get rid of that. Put something a bit more positive. So would anyone like a bit of Third Phase of Moon? Stephen Greer, would anyone like that? Oh, I tell you what, if you want like a bit of dark history, but fascinating dark history, and you live in England, go check out this place. Me and the missus been here. It's called Little Dean Jail. It's a bit controversial. Yeah, don't bitch because I can't pronounce words properly. Controversial because it's dealing with very dark topics throughout history. Obviously, KKK and like racism and stuff like that. Obviously, the Nazis, the Jews, and a mixture of like even like serial killers as well. So if you're into that sort of stuff, you can go in there and check that out. Here, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Can you see that? Did I click on it? Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, go check it out for yourself. I know it's a bit, there is a plaque saying, you know, be warned if you're sensitive, you know, probably it's not for you. But there, if you do go in there, be warned, there is one section where they actually have ISIS beheadings, like pictures, and it's like wall to wall. And my missus came in there and she literally came out, and I've never seen her look on her face like that before. So yeah, just be warned. Man, it's got really dark this episode. Flipping hell, what is going on? Let's talk about something a bit positive, for Christ's sake. Right, everyone else in? Yeah, it's. I tell you what, I'm gonna bitch again, like I have been doing all day. It's hot. Is it all hot in Taunton? I think it reached like 33, 35 today. Grab a drink. Hold on. Oh, that's good. I tell you what, ice is the best thing. Oh. Hey, Hans Type. How's it going, man? Nice to see you. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, so sorry, guys, that went a bit dark on that. It's just what the algorithms keeps on showing. Like, for instance, when I'm on Twitter, it keeps on showing me videos of like accidents and stuff like that. So I don't want to see that. Like, stop showing me that. Show me like cat videos, for Christ's sake. So yeah, let's move on to ufology. All right. So I've always asked myself this question: am I too harsh on ufology? And I'm going to put this question to you guys, because for me, when I take a step back and I analyze myself and the way I see myself as a content creator in ufology, it sounds like I've become across a bit of like a skeptic. Okay, and I don't mean to sound like I've got a name like the skeptics, like a Cambion. I was going to say Cambion, like a Cambion or Lou, or for instance, like anything like that. You know, I think there's one thing we need to take in consideration, and I want to tie in the intro to what, not necessarily in the UFO community, but I think our truth movement community as well as a whole, is that is all more or less been hijacked to a certain degree, where I'm at this point now where I just don't trust anybody. And I think you guys would agree with me. Now, let's look at ufology, okay? Especially with the video I'm about to play, because it's going to show Stephen Greer. All right, let's see if we can find out. He's on there somewhere. Where is it to? All right, okay, don't bitch. Okay, I want to watch this, and feel free to put whatever you want in the comment section. Okay. Obviously, Third Phase of Moon. Look, I've been watching Third Phase of Moon since 2009, since the beginning. And yes, we know they're controversial back in the day. But guys, look,
ufology primarily is a business, is an industry, it's a trend, it's many different things. And Third Phase of Moon ticks all those boxes. All right. Okay. I'm not bashing them. I'll have on the show and have a conversation with them. All right. But for me, as a new content creator, I need to look into obviously new stuff. But the more, like, for instance, the Boogosphere, the people involved, it's like now all of a sudden I'm supposed to trust Heidi Musan. He has been caught again and again and again for faking stuff. Cash cow, whatever you want to call it, grifter. But there is a reoccurring thing with Heine. Is that the fact he's been caught so many times faking stuff? Is, like I said, is it like a relationship? Once they've lied so much for so many years, even like 30 years, go back into the 90s, you just don't trust these people anymore. And now I'm supposed to go, oh, no, actually, no, he's got this one right. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's just take a step back. Let's just take a step back. Like what David Icke says, like I should do, take a deep breath in, take a step back and analyze what you're actually seeing. The people involved, you cannot trust. Stephen Greer, I used to trust with my life back in the day. I really did. But now I started to understand it's that I want to call him a snake oil salesman. That's absolutely fine. But he also Stephen Greer is also going along with the business, the trend, the whole thing that's going along with ufology. Okay. So yes, we may bash if you want to, that's absolutely fine. But I still am going to listen and pay attention, and I'm still going to critique what these people are going to be saying. Okay, I'm not bashing the Third Phase of Moon. You know, I just don't bring it up because the footage is just, for me, it's not really compelling for me to show. I'm going to be honest with you. But again, I'm not bashing Third Phase. I really am not. You know, fair play to them, the amount of subscribers and the documentaries like this. I really want to see this Stephen Greer documentary called, oh God, Nick, don't judge. Don't judge. Flipping now. Right, let's get back to chat for a bit before we play this. I recommend looking up how to make Brazilian lemonade. Best for this UK weather. All right, I can imagine something citrusy. Basically, it's ice, condensed milk, sugar, honey, and water. Put it into a blender and then press it through a sieve and serve. Okay, so we're talking about condensed milk, sugar, honey, water. Is that a Brazilian lemonade, mate? Where's the lemon in it? Do you put lemon in it? I tell you what. That's basically, if you just add coffee, that's like an iced coffee, isn't it? I'm pretty sure people put condensed milk, and I love an iced coffee. Damn, what one now? Got a big hot cup of tea here. But that's interesting, man. Yeah, that sounds something I tell you what I would put instead of milk. Oh, condensed milk. That's going to make it a bit more like thick. Now we're talking about food. Don't get me started on food. Oh, mate. But yeah, that's a nice one, man. I'll go check that out. Boogosphere is a clown show for lost people. Rudery, I would agree with you on that. Like I said on last episode, it's got, look at the people involved. It's just, even looking through the testimonies of the people, even the guy who found this sphere, even that fat taco man saying there was a Tesla device inside the sphere. I'm like, why the hell would extraterrestrials who've got so much more advanced technology are using Tesla technology? I was just like, the whole thing was just like I said, like you said, Rotary, it's a clown show. Oh, and half a lime. Ooh, Rotary. Oh no, Moody. I'm going to write this down. So we're talking about condensed milk. Because the thing is, I got a memory of a goldfish, or I like to call thick as pig shit. And sieve, yeah, definitely sieve that, mate. Absolutely. Right, hang tight. What if we haven't moved out of any year? Sorry, man, I've completely lost what you said on that one. Sorry, mate. Part of the conversation that's completely gone. Sorry, mate. Liars have to give some truth, or otherwise they wouldn't be able to keep scamming. Yes, I guess so. I can mention one person, but I don't really want to create drama. I have brought in that subject up before. Rotary, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's something to do with orbs and stuff like that. Hey, Spirited Kenny, nice to see you, man. Nick, I think you're a good spot when it comes to the UFO community. Okay, that's good, man. That's good because I don't forget the lime. All right, now. All right, I got lime. Don't worry. I'm not write it down. Yeah, mate. This is it. For me, lime. Put that down. For me, I'd rather have a realistic perspective. Now, I'm not saying that I know exactly what's going on in ufology, due to how long I've been in it. The topic since I was a kid, but I really didn't start paying attention properly until like 2005, that sort of period, because that's when I got the internet at home, and then I really started expanding. And then I started buying books and everything around about 2010 onwards. No, sorry, about 2012. So for me, I'd rather have a realistic perspective, and I appreciate what you're saying there, Kenny. I really do. And if I hear bullshit, I will call it out, but I'll try to be nice about it. Sounds like sugar poisoning. Oh, mate. Oh, no, if you put honey in that, yeah, honey, probably a bit of sugar. Or I tell you what, like even like maple syrup. Damn, I'm talking about food again. I can't watch them horrible feelings feel. I can't watch them horrible things feel sorry for the. Oh, mate, yeah, I tell you what, it plays on you. And if you're a bit sensitive, okay, I will put my fucking hand up and say that. Yeah, sometimes I can. It's fine to cry, guys. It's absolutely fine. Fucking what's that about? But these videos, mate, don't. Even it's like your curiosity is like, I'll just dab my toe in just to have a little look. And it's just like you think, oh, okay. But give it time, it will sink in. The screams, terrible. Awful. Chop half a lime and add into a blender too. Oh, really? With the skin? It's the lemon. It's lemon. It's that lemonade part. Well, lemon. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm going to blame it on the heat. I understand what you're saying, but the thing is, if you're going to put a whole lime with the actual skin itself, that's going to be really bitter. I suppose the sugar might counterbalance that. Nano bees, light ears, wax. Okay. Nano bees, that's a new one to me. Are they genetically modifying bees now? Oh, wouldn't be surprised. They can do it with mosquitoes. Moody rum. Bet it works great when working hard in the heat. Add a pinch of salt for hydration. I thought salt dehydrates you. Moody rum. That sounds nice. All right, I'm gonna Google that. Moody rum. I tell you, I do like a bit of rum. Okay. Oh, that's a type of rum. That's nice. Oh, they got blueberry, honey, dark oak. Oh, green tea. Don't get me started. Become alcoholic. It'd be like pull an ollie on live on stream. We'll get to the video in a minute, guys. The old boogie woogie spirit. Yeah, mate. I like I said, I touched upon it. I gave my proper thoughts on it, but I blank refuse for the UFO community to say to me, call me retarded, which is fine, don't bother me at all. I know I'm retarded, but the fact that to tell me that I'm wrong is like, well, hold on a minute, just let's have a conversation about it nicely. And says, right, let's just discuss the people involved, like I've mentioned, and you go, it's just can't trust these people. But eventually it will go away, and no one will talk about it until another trend comes along. But the boogie on the town spirit is a sign of a disco. Stephen Hunt, nice one, man. The poem guy, isn't it? I think you've written me a poem in chat. Right, let's go through one more, guys. One more. You'll need to use a spoon or something to push it through the sieve. Okay, right, gotcha. Sieve it. That makes sense. But at the end of it, an awesome drink. All right, do you know what? I'll do that tomorrow, mate. I'll do that tomorrow, and I'll keep you all. I'll keep everyone informed if it's an awesome drink. Might add a bit of rum into that. I'm more of a cider guy more than anything. Right, guys. Okay, right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. Hey, great. I'm just gonna call you great. I'm really sorry, man. My reading skills are absolutely awful. But welcome on in. Nice to see you. So let's go watch just a little bit of a clip because Stephen Greer does make some good points about disclosure. What we're talking about: slow drip disclosure. We've got catastrophic disclosure, and we got this word that he's going to bring up in a minute. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, well, third phase. Much appreciated for letting me use in this video, and love to speak to you sometime. And that's not being sarcastic. That's actually being me, like best possible.
First thing I want to ask, though, is asymmetric disclosure. You kind of dubbed the documentary that name. What's the significance behind the title and what it refers to in the film, asymmetric disclosure?
Yeah, well, asymmetric means that it's not coming from the whole initiative for disclosure, which actually began in 1993 when I briefed the CIA director for Bill Clinton, has been a citizen-led effort by people who are whistleblowers and intel sources for our organization, the Disclosure Project.
Nice to see you, brother. Welcome on in.
So having founded the whole disclosure movement in the 90s, the way this has evolved is we're now at a position where major law enforcement are engaged, some members of Congress and people in the White House. But to really light a fire, let's say, to get this going, and this is true of almost anything that happens on the federal level, there has to be a asymmetric disclosure that comes from whistleblowers who come forward with increasingly definitive evidence and testimony, and preferably hard evidence. So,
right. Okay. First things first. Very skeptical about Stephen Greer. Nevertheless, I do agree with some points like this he just made. Okay, hard evidence. We need testimony. Okay, testimony. Yeah, we got that already. And obviously, hard evidence. Hard dick evidence. Some of that Bonnie Blue would ride. This is what we need now in ufology. I don't know why I brought Bonnie Blue up. Do apologize.
So, as many of you know, there was a group that was teed up to do that late last year and early this year. Prior to the inauguration of the new administration, and those people were basically diverted and convinced not to do that because they were convinced it would be told it would be catastrophic disclosure and not asymmetric disclosure. So I argue that in fact it has to be asymmetric to start with, because otherwise the status quo is going to prevail. Plus, this corrupt criminal organization that's embedded throughout government will intercept any efforts by the Congress or the Pentagon or the White House, who are well-intended people, and divert them into blind alleys and non-productive pursuits, which is what...
Okay, well, congressional hearings, okay, it has its limits. I think what's good about the congressional hearings to a certain degree, even though it's not really going to give us disclosure, is pushing the UFO topic to people in Parliament, people, when we call it Parliament, in Congress. And you really are showing the officials who are the high ups in Congress about ufology and about what's going on in ufology. But there seems to be a very stigma on the actual topic itself, because we've gone from nuts and bolts craft. Okay, we don't know what these crafts are, to spiritual interdimensional beings. And I think as soon as you start going into that aspect, it's going to confuse a lot of people. Because when I talk about like UFOs and especially aliens, you could go in different sort of avenues on this sort of topic. You could go for the spiritual interdimensional beings. You could be nuts and bolts craft coming out with aliens coming out of nuts and bolts craft, so to speak. So this is a tricky one, really. I think we have to treat the conversation carefully. And one thing I don't like is changing the word UFO to UAP. Let's take the stigma out of UFO, first of all, and stop stigmatizing it, especially what we do in England all the time, and put a more realistic, what I say realistic, a more mature approach to things, instead of just like demonizing it like I do on Alien Addict. Not a skeptic, So so congressional hearings, yes, I think it has its benefits to a certain degree, but are the people in Congress taking it seriously? Okay, Tim Burchett, sure, well, he's taking it seriously, but again, he says that the intelligence agency has got his footnote, or is their foot in the actual subject itself, and then he was found in the White House with Lou Elizondo and flipping Christopher Mellon and somebody else. I mean, obviously, these are quite obvious intelligence agencies people, working for the CIA, counterinsurgencies, I think that's the word. So it's a tricky one. We ain't going to get disclosure, guys. We are not going to get disclosure. We can chuck our toys at the pram as much as we want. Who put up a really good quote the other day? I think it was Rich Giordano's show. he had a guest on, and it made such a really good point that the fact that ufology is a bit like a soap opera. It always leaves you on a cliffhanger. Here's a typical example. There's a UFO so big they had to put a building around it. There's a UFO so big they had to put a building around it. So people were like literally on a cliff edge trying to find what the hell this place is. Or, I mean, people on Google Maps trying to find anything that looks like a circle. It was actually quite funny seeing the community going absolute haywire. Or trust me, something big is going to happen in 2027, like Chris Bledsoe. I am fucking my words up today, guys. I'm really sorry. Chris Bledsoe says, again, it's literally leaving you on a soap opera cliffhanger. And this is ufology, but it has no results at the end of it. Let's just go back to Greer and just finish off. But you have to admit, look, he does make good points. He does make good points.
What's been going on recently.
I'm sweating.
And this we'll get into a moment, because this is going to also turn into a serious criminal investigation of some people who have been doing this, that we now have directly from a member of Congress to me, where they have been doing things to thwart and disrupt federal investigation, which are major felonies. So I'm going to drop some bombshells on this like you'll never have heard before.
Oh, that's bold claims, mate. You've been doing that for 30 years. It'd be interesting. And he's got like loads of whistleblowers apparently in the wings, ready to come forward. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A couple of more minutes.
Wow. A criminal investigation. This is something you've been talking about. All these programs have been illegally being operated,
correct,
not under any oversight by the president or Congress. These people are that you're going to be dropping names with regards to this criminal action. Should they be worried?
Yes, definitely. There are multiple criminal investigations already.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one, mate, because when you got Lou Elizondo in there with his claims and everything, yeah, this is it, mate. You could really, I mean, in one way, what I was talking about, making the officials more aware of the topic, but is that conversation going in the right direction? Does that make sense? Is the topic of UFOs going in the right direction where they're actually going to believe it? But again, I think the days of testimony is over. We really need some sort of evidence here. We really do. Like I said, I would agree with Greer on that one.
Going based on the intel that we've been able to provide.
He's a good talker, I have to admit, yeah.
Federal investigative authorities.
He's had 30 years of it.
The conclusion is a big point, has been reached that the operations, some call them legacy ones, have been going on for 70, 80 years, dealing with UAP, UFO, extraterrestrial reverse engineering, have been run illegally and are part of a huge criminal organization. In other words, what's commonly termed in federal criminal law, a RICO, racketeering, influence, corrupt organization. That has been concluded by some members of Congress that I've spoken to, as well as by federal law enforcement. So this is very serious. The crimes range from murder and targeted killings, kidnapping, abductions, blackmail, bribery, embezzlement of public funds in the billions, if not trillions of dollars, murder and treason. So that's the short.
And I'm not denying those things actually happen. Now, for a whistleblower to come forward with actual evidence, I've got to put myself in his shoes. Okay, you've got this evidence that is potentially could be mind-blowing. Now, we're not talking about flipping Jeremy Corbell's sort of footage here. We're talking about something that's going to really change the perspective of ufology because of this footage. It's a ballsy thing to do when you're going to be releasing potentially what I would say national security threat. It could potentially turn into that, which could have I can't pronounce the word. You understand? It could have massive effects on this individual coming forward. Like Stephen Greer says, yes, bribery, torment, even to like murder. but also losing your pension, losing your livelihood, essentially. But when we're talking about Grosh and what he was saying and the lack of evidence he's put forward, and you go, well, is this a whistleblower? Like, who are we talking about? Like, whistleblowers seems to be someone who is just a trust me bro. So trust me, I know these sources, I know all these whistleblowers, trust me, I'm going to give you all the evidence. Well, Grosh said that and he didn't. A whistleblower actually gives information and at least backs up with some sort of evidence.
List of serious crimes that have been committed by this transnational criminal organization, and they are very much aware that this is being pursued. The problem is politics of this are such that pressure can be exerted through blackmail files, which I know who in the federal government have a blackmail file on them, and there are. I'm not going to go into it. Law enforcement knows this. And what's in those files, and it's bad. And what that means is that certain key people in both political and non-political positions in the federal government, but in key positions, can be manipulated and can stop any investigations or have it go to full resolution by having these criminal operations ceased and taken down.
Okay, right. I'm going to stop it there for this one, because that Stephen Greer does make good points, I have to admit, to a certain degree. But he's missing one important aspect. All right, I'm going to play you a video that I made on the Cosmic Twilight. I'm going to show you it if I can bring it up. It's here. So I made this one, I think, about a couple of years ago. And listen to what Stephen Greer has to say on this one. Now, I'm pretty sure I had 90s hairstyle, which I'm growing back again. Don't judge. Not really. His name's Greer. Stephen Greer. There you go.
A final roundup for today's video, ending with good old Stephen Greer. Whether you like him or not, great storyteller.
Just listen.
Opinion.
Go away, Nick.
And we'll leave it as that.
Hey,
let's
Dan,
put
nice
him
to see you,
on
man.
big screen, as he likes to be on a pedestal, and let's click play, because he talks about some sort of disc being brought over from Germany to America. Let's click play.
Do know that Paul Mellon, the grandfather of John Warner IV, who is here today.
Okay, just it's going to talk about something about technology. Listen, if you can hear it.
Went over and retrieved.
Okay, John Warner IV is the guy I'm talking about today in this episode. Okay,
a German disc at the end of World War II that was their prototype to develop a so-called anti-gravity electromagnetic gravitic system, but it wasn't fully operational by the time the war ended. But that became something that then was pursued later through operations that were highly classified in the United States and in the very black aerospace world. And we have this very well documented, by the way. This was a great deal of history here of the United States and after World War II that the public doesn't know about, but it'll come out. Other questions?
Okay, boom, right, straight away. He's talking about Nazi technology. He's talking about some sort of prototype, which is obviously talking about the Haunebu, which we were talking about on the previous episode or the one before that. It's statements like that I don't trust. It makes me go, hold on a minute. I am not buying this at all. Because it's comments like that. Because I know this subject, the Nazi flying saucers, like the back of my hand. You know the deep dive research I did into it. And there really is no documented reports of discs being taken into America. I mean, the only things that were being more or less developed were the turbine-driven aircraft. And we know that the Canada was doing it, Americans were doing it, and that was the Avrocar, the one that was the donut-shaped craft that just hovered. But we know that the Germans most likely would have developed the turbine-driven aircraft, but with anything anti-gravity related, there really is no evidence for it to be real. So when Stephen Greer says stuff like that, it makes you go, right, hold on. And it backs up what Green Tea was saying, that the fact that he's a good talker. And this is part of ufology, is that you've got to be a good talker, i.e. Chris Bledsoe. I can mention other people as well. Do you know what I mean? It's you got to sell yourself. And Stephen Greer's been doing this for a long time, over 30 years. He's got 30 years experience. Okay. I'm still going to listen to him. Yes, I'm going to keep his opinions at arm's length. I'm still going to take it in, but at the same time, I'm going to keep it out there. I'm like, right, okay, let's just have a realistic perspective. And this is what I'm going to bring to Alien Addict. Okay, as me observing ufology. Because look, I could be any of these other guys on YouTube. Bear in mind, they get tons of views, you know, hyping things up. And that's fine. They do them. I'd rather just do me. You know, I'm happy just to do me, to be honest with you. So, yeah, that was that one for Stephen Greer. And, yeah, apologies if you got a bit offended for playing third phase. But, yeah, no hard feelings. No hard feelings. So, right, next up. Is there anything I've got else to say for that? No, I don't. Okay. Oh, before we get to Arthur C Clarke, I found this video. Just to prepare yourself. All right. So this is called Carl of Vernon Talks. A little bit off topic, but anyway, listen.
The action plan brings together a range of policies. We have already set out our proposals to increase defence spending.
Always money for defence.
We are earmarking £4.2 billion of funding for new flood defences, £370 million to secure the UK's telecom networks, opening a new resilience academy in North Yorkshire that will train 4,000 people every year from both private and public sectors.
What's a resilience academy? Anyway, this is Pat McFadden, Minister for Intergovernmental Relations of the United Kingdom. Sometimes I think they make these titles up. It's like them companies that have these people in positions. And it's like, well, what do you do? I'm VP of Intergovernmental Filing.
Sounds about right.
He's running through some of the budget, but it's what he says coming up that we should really pay attention to.
Listen.
And later this year, we will have the largest ever national pandemic exercise that will test the UK's readiness for future pandemics.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, like fucking try that. Hey, Sheepa Pop, nice to see you. Yeah. Didn't they do that before? I'm pretty sure they did that before, didn't they? They did a little test, which you could call COVID, but it was before that. It was an exercise, and that happened as well before the sneaky thing that came over, or if it was real or not. Probably not. Probably was fake and gay. It happened with 9/11 as well. There was an exercise happening beforehand. Oh, Event 20. Oh, I haven't heard of that one. Green Tea. Is that a bit like Agenda 21 or something like that? Event 201. Hold on. I'm just going to Google that. So, yeah. Look, the whole topic today is not going to be talking about pandemic, what we went through. But my God, I think so many people have woken up in the last... since the pandemic happened. Event 201. I'm just going to write this. Event 201. Oh, Professor Simons Hollands did this. Oh, okay, right. So this was well, obviously typing it in Google is going to give you the debunks, Green Tea, first of all. But okay, so this was a precursor to what actually happened. Interesting. They normally tell you what they're actually going to do before they actually do it. Nevertheless, I don't think it's going to happen. Pandemics probably really means the next biological weapon attack. Could it be a virus, or was it though? What we went through. This is it. I don't want to obviously talk too much about it. But yeah, I thought that was quite interesting. I was like, what exercise they're going to do? I don't think the people will fall for it again. I didn't at the time. But I thought it was just quite interesting to have this, what I would consider as, I'm pretty sure he's a nice guy, but a bit of a twat waffle to say that. Spending all these millions on pointless stuff where it should be going into back into the British people, or the consideration of the British people would be nice, instead of no, don't go off topic because I run my mouth. It's Spotify only. Oh yeah, by the way, I was going to say Monday, Lee's not going to be there. It's going to be me and Ollie going to be talking about UFOs on the Daily Conspiracy podcast. So check that out on Tuesday morning. So yeah. Oh, so 201 happened around September, a few months before the actual outbreak. Just a coincidence, yeah. Like I said, Green Tea, they always tell you or do something before it actually happens. So just bear that in mind, guys. They might try it again. I think they did it like a few months ago. Remember, I kept on seeing reports and all COVID's back. I just don't think people really caught onto it. Probably because it didn't trend. Everyone was like, what a shit. Agree, Nick. Big time. We are waking up for sure. We've been lied to. Lied to is more like gaslighted. As unbelievable, and they profit. Yeah, this is the thing. I'm talking about pandemic again, but when it was Pfizer that came forward and said, no, we're not making a vaccine to make profit on it, and then they made profit. It's like, you lied. You literally just lied. We all were put in lockdown during Christmas time, whilst our prime minister and other people in parliament were actually having private parties, and then saying, we're the problem because we're not getting vaccinated and we need to stay at home. It's like, what the fuck? Like, don't go in there, don't go there. But you understand, this is like the lies that's come forward. And when people still believe politicians, do you know what? People that really piss me off when they go, oh, do you know what? I really like the pandemic. I like lockdown. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, yeah, it was nice to see the family. It was like, nice to see the family. So what made you didn't see the family before the pandemic? What, you were just too lazy? You're too busy? Then make bloody time then. I can't stand these twat waffles, honestly. Enjoyed yourself during lockdown. It was a terrible time. Terrible. Those people, Rotary, are unsaved. These people are far deluded. And sometimes now I don't really keep my mouth shut. I just say it like it is. And it's just like, watch their mouth drop. It's probably the tone how I say it. It's just stupidity in people. I agree, Nick. It's like an old story of a boy who cried wolf. Next time it will be harder to convince people unless they have some sort of new methods to get people to comply. Watch this space. Who believes in mainstream media anymore? It's failing. This is why people are more or less tuning into me, the Daily Conspiracy Podcast, the other alternative outlets, Truth Movement, going back to the beginning of the intro, the fact that even that's been hijacked as well. And I fundamentally believe that. It's the same with 9/11, how 9/11 has changed over the years. I remember that going back into like 2009. No, actually like 2007. It went from being an inside job because it was to do with controlled demolition. Then it went nukes, and then it went thermite, and then it was like mini nukes. And then I remember seeing Dr. Judy Wood came out, which she first came out was like 2000 and it was Richard D. Hall's. God, bloody hell, it was a long time. Must have been like 2009, 10. And even at that time, I was like, oh, that's too wacky for me. But then I was like, let me just listen to it. I was like, that's interesting. But it's to see that community split apart in the last 18 years. God, is that 18 years? You're joking. 2007, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, 18 years of looking into 9/11. I can't believe how long that's been. It's to see that community split apart. And like Judy Wood said in the intro, everyone's like fighting with each other, like really aggressive. And this is the other thing, with this aggressivity that's come from people. I was speaking to a Romanian taxi driver, an Uber driver, and even he says it. Says like everyone's got so fucking aggressive like after COVID. I know frustration. I don't know, man. And I remember the fact companies wanted to get any side effects locked away in documents for 70 years. Yeah. Well, I quite happily say to myself, I have not been vaccinated. That's one thing I stuck to my guns on that one. And when you used to tell people, the shock on their face. But screw him anyway. Best part of people think Trump is, however, different also. Trump, I don't know, man. This whole Epstein stuff. I'll tell you, we can probably see it for next episode, probably, but I think we all had too much hope. What do you reckon, guys, in Trump? I'm not saying that he's done good. He has done good, but also he's done things that I didn't think he would do. But with the Epstein stuff, they're obviously hiding something. I agree. Goes in my head in anyone who likes lockdown. Yeah, exactly. Mad it when it comes to see other people now with Matt. Oh my fucking god, dude! I tell you what, I saw some bloody. Like my generation suck. I understand that. Not everyone, the vast majority. I think actually it might have been Gen Zs or something like that. There's the generation before me in wearing masks. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Could you remember people used to wear masks like inside a car? It's like, you fucking stupid or something. Like I remember, right? I don't want to bash on about pandemic, but I remember when we all started to go into like pubs. It was a bit more freer, but we're all still wearing masks, right? I remember rocking up to like band practice, and it was in this pub. And then the barmaid goes, "Oh, put your mask on. Put your mask on." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, put my mask on." So I literally went up to the counter to order a drink. Then I literally turned, and there was a woman with a family sat on the table, probably about less than 10 feet away from me, without wearing any masks. And I'm going, "Oh, so if I take 10 steps, or even 5 steps into the left, and then take my mask off, it's fine then, is it?" And I literally went and says, "This is so stupid." And I went to the barmaid and said, "Do you understand how stupid this is?" And I became so frustrated. It's like, how does that make sense? Like common sense. That just like, so you're saying, oh, it's just the germs hangs around in that area then. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, that's what frustrated me more than anything. It's just like, why not people putting 2 and 2 together? Algorithm's going to love me at this episode. But I think, when you see people with masks today, it's like, come on. You just want to throw a trash can at these people. Be nice, Nick. Be nice. Be nice. It's not their fault. They're in their frame of mind, you know. Sorry, guys. I'm going to cut through chat a little bit because I want to get to Arthur C Clarke. Yes, I think that aggression is I think that aggression is manufactured, especially by the CCP and other allies. Using manipulation of population using bots and AI. Yes, good point, Moody. Very good point. All part of the globally hybrid war we are kind of securely in. I think primarily social media and us addicted to our phones. So Sundays, it's me and Mrs. Day. We try not to go on our phone. Man, you factured. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Moody. I'm even getting the names wrong. Oh man, but yeah, it's where it all started. To be honest with you, my own personal opinion. Now, Hidden Underbelly would say something different. That I think it roundabout lockdown period is weird. That's when they turned the 5G towers on. Coincidence? I don't think not. Ooh, what's this? Oh, I've got that. And I've got some ice here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's when I was going to a party and I was speaking to the Uber driver. Obviously, he was a foreigner. And I asked him, I was like, oh, how'd you find England? He's like, yeah, that's all right. I said, well, how'd you find the people? I said, do you find them aggressive? He goes, yeah. I says, and we were talking about the pandemic, and even that guy agreed with me what I was saying. Yeah, I hate to say this, but the California statistically speaking, or Oriental people always wore masks. We can say that word, Oriental, is fine. Oriental Express is our Chinese takeaway. Always wore masks constantly everywhere. I understand we're talking about Chinese people here. But yeah, honestly, Benjamin, are you in? Did you say you were in London or Taunton? I don't know if you know Bath at all. There's a lot of student accommodation there. There's a lot of Chinese people there. It's fine, don't bother me at all. But hold on. I guarantee they're all wearing masks. Yeah, just leave them to it, because they will kick your ass. I'm not saying that every Chinese person knows karate. Not stereotyping, but yeah. But yeah, I think it's everywhere, mate. Anywhere you go with the Chinese. But yeah, Oriental Express is our Chinese takeaway. It's fine. I know Americans don't like that word. Oh, mate. Taunton. Taunton. I'm originally from London. I did live in California for a couple of years. Oh, right. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. It's how do you find California? Is it a bit woke? I've heard about now. I don't know. Let's not go there. But but Taunton, yeah. I tell you what, I'm actually going to Taunton, I think, in a couple of weeks, because there is a locomotive, otherwise known as train, ride that goes from Taunton to Minehead, which me and my mate were going to go. I can't remember what train station it is. Is it Severn Valley train station? I've been so many train stations, well, locomotive stations, and the last one was obviously the Flying Scotsman, which was amazing. Actually, no, the Flying Scotsman is actually in Severn Valley station at the moment. I'm talking about trains here. I'm talking about trains. Right, anyway, let's get to the man himself. Yeah, Arthur C Clarke. Let's do this. So, right, we'll get to chat. Hold on. Let's do this. California wasn't woke at all. They were telling me we were all the time, and the endless surveillance we have here. Ah, right. The surveillance, what, in England or in California? Because I think London's probably. Did you say you're originally from London? Yeah, London is like one of the worst. 'Cause I live in Bristol, and that's probably as equal par as London when it comes to surveillance. Do you know what? There's this teenage boy that went missing. His name's Jack something. He's been missing since last year, and you can see these what do they call it? Like posters. I don't fucking think posters for his like £20 reward, to find this guy. He went missing where there is CCTV absolutely everywhere on that road, and I'm going, yeah, but there's CCTV. Why can you not find him? And then you understand, and now there's only like a very few people saying this, but I'm going to say this now. There's a lot of teenage female and male teenagers going missing without a trace. Gone. I'm not saying anymore, but no, there is a reoccurring thing going on, and for that boy should have been found. And what actually happened to him? I think his name's Jack something. I'm not going to delve too much into it, but I just found. Even I talked to my missus about it. I said, look at the CC. That road has got full of CCTV. Even the shops have got it. Even there's cameras everywhere, and they can't find this boy. Now they've all been fucking kidnapped. No. Because Oriental Express sounds like a massage parlor. GI's world have visited during the Vietnam War. Oh, mate. Yeah, do you know what the Americans do? That's a racial word, Oriental. It's literally on the side of our Chinese takeaway. What would be racist if I like jumped in and just did a karate chop in front of them or something? Oriental Express, man. Yeah, they're good. They make decent chips. They're the only people the only Chinese takeaway that use. I think they still use newspaper or some paper, because now when you go and get chips, they put it in a cardboard box, and by the time you've now gone home, it's been 10 minutes, all the sweat builds up in the cardboard box and you got these sweaty, soggy chips. Back in the day, you used to use newspaper. Remember that, guys? Used to taste better as well because all the fucking ink and all the the germs from other people's hands. And back in the day. Yes, I think apparently it's even more. I think that might be children, mate. That figure, from what I've heard, might be wrong on that one, but yeah, it's a lot of people. And when the government, don't talk about it, or the police, there's something going on. But it's just the sheer amount of teenagers going missing, male and female. Anyway, right, Arthur C Clarke, Mule Cox. So, so the title of this is Arthur C Clarke, What Did He Know About UFOs? Sod all, apparently. So yeah, Arthur C Clarke, he's a British science fiction writer, futurist, and inventor, best known for his co-writing the screenplay of the film 2001: Space Odyssey, directed by Stanley Kubrick. I still have not seen that movie, and apparently it's really good. Apparently he's a game changer, apparently, Stanley. He considers to be one of big three science fiction writers alongside Isaac Asimov and Robert A. Hologram. Key facts about Arthur C Clarke. And no, I did not use AI for this. Okay, use AI for this. So he is science and technology. So that's a bit of a background there. So yeah, he was a science fiction writer, and he didn't really know much about UFOs, even though he did read a lot of testimonies and claims. But he had an open mind and not a skeptic mind. All right. So the reason why I'm going to show you just a bit of this, just a little bit, old-fashioned documentary from the man himself, which I'm trying to find. There it is. So yeah, let's sit back and relax and just play probably about 5 minutes. We'll stop it and we'll have a little chat and see what they were saying. Oh, I go back in 1980 about UFOs, because this is yes. Oh yeah, I used to watch this back in the day. Arthur C Clarke, Mysterious World. Did anybody remember watching this back in the day? I think was it there? Yeah, UFO. There you go. Right. And happy 420, everyone. Right, ahead.
Wellington. Now a TV crew was on board with Australian reporter Quentin Fogarty.
We're now approaching the Clarence River, where the highest concentration of UFOs was sighted on the morning of December the 21st. We're at an altitude of 14,000 feet, and we're on exactly the same route taken by Captain Bell when he encountered those mysterious objects. It's a beautiful, clear night outside, and naturally, we'll be looking out for anything unusual.
Hardly had Fogarty spoken when things began to happen.
We've just heard from Wellington Radar that we've...
Do you understand how the British people, the narrator, used to sound really posh? Miss those days.
got an object about a mile behind us, and it's following us. Let's hope they're friendly. It's really getting a bit frightening up here. There's a whole formation of unidentified flying objects behind us.
But there were closer encounters to come. On the return journey from Christchurch, Fogarty spotted another object.
It was extremely bright, much brighter than any of the other stars in the sky. Now it's just dimmed, it's gone. It's back again. It appears to be going behind cloud. I can't quite make out whether it in fact is going behind cloud or
it certainly does.
Whether in fact the light is just dimming. No, it's such a bright light, it's lighting up the clouds around it. This is by far the best of the unidentified flying objects we've seen so far. According to our cameraman, David Crockett, who's been filming it for the past few moments, it appears to have a brightly lit bottom
and a transparent sort of sphere on top. So it appears to be, well, like a flying saucer. We've got another one right in front of us, very bright, giving off an orange flashing light. It looks like an aircraft beacon. It seems to be rolling and turning. Oh, I don't know. I really don't know what's going on.
All right, let's skip ahead.
After the plane landed at Blenheim, the investigation began. Skeptics suggested they'd seen the planet Venus, but most of the film was taken more than half an hour before Venus could have been visible.
Right, okay, what we're dealing with here in the 1980s, we're dealing with a dot, okay? Do you think these people knew what satellites look like? Now, satellites, in my opinion, are blue, from my observation.
American Navy physicist Dr. Bruce Maccabee.
I don't know, man. It's like I said, this is 1980s. Let me just like skip forward because it does have some UFO sightings in here. It's just to see what they were showing back then compared to what it is now.
He analyzed the film and rejected theories that it showed meteors or ships or birds. Several of the objects had shown up on radar screens. One of them had left this extraordinary trail on a single frame of film.
Yeah.
And although the start of this sequence is out of focus, some frames seem to show what the TV crew and pilots said they'd seen.
Let's go back.
One of them had left this extraordinary trail on a single frame of film.
Right, okay. Anyone now who's experienced with photography would know that this is a shutter speed problem. When you have cameras back in the day, much as an observation, is that when you have a slow shutter speed, for instance, like a night vision on your camera, you take a photo, the camera will expose the background of the photo. So if it's dark, the night vision will actually brighten everything up. But the problem is with that, because the exposure takes about, probably, it depends how you set it, 1 or 2 seconds. Anything that's a dot and you move the camera slightly will create this effect. It's just a movement of the camera. That's what it is. And anyone could actually back that up. And I can back that up. Absolutely. I can probably do it now with my camera. Easy. But again, people are sort of misidentifying stuff. But this is 1980s. You know, we've come a long way since it's been 40 years since then.
And although the start of this sequence is out of focus, some frames seem to show what the TV crew and pilots said they'd seen. A luminous base with a transparent top. Dr. Maccabee's conclusion, no known explanation could account for all the facts.
Pareidolia. Oh, what's this?
Trying to trap a UFO is now big business. In the scrubland of Texas, Ray Stanford heads Project Starlight International with $1 million worth of equipment. The laser is to signal to spaceships his goggles in case they answer back.
Blast from the past.
The aim is to use the highest technology to establish beyond doubt that craft from other times or worlds are visiting the Earth. Centerpiece of Project Starlight's armory is a computer to monitor UFO activities in the area.
When if this line doesn't begin to show up, I'll
good point.
This is an Operation Argus alert. Please proceed as you have been instructed.
The computer automatically calls up spotters to scan the sky.
That's me, definitely.
And it really hits the panic button if a landing is indicated.
I mean, did he say fucking landing? Hold on, let's go back.
And it really hits the panic button if a landing is indicated.
Right. Where's this technology now? This is 1980s. I want this technology. This looks like flipping, what's it called? Commodore flipping computer graphics. So what's it saying here? Simulation anus tracking. All systems operative depart. Landing indicated, attention all eyes. Fucking hype it up, don't you? It's like Stephen Gray. No, it's actually Ross Coulthart in a computer back in the 80s. You know, just trust me, bros. Fucking landing.
With techniques like these, Stanford hopes to add to the evidence he's already amassed.
All
Like
right,
this
okay.
film he shot at Corpus Christi in Texas in 1959.
After extensive endeavor to explain it,
Ooh, okay. Look, because it flaps a little bit, it possibly could be a bird. Okay, this is like early old school footage here we're dealing with. Bit difficult. However, we do see this footage in today's ufology. I'm screwing my words up. I just 420 hard.
neither the Air Force
59.
nor the National Investigation Committee on Aerial Phenomena could come up with any ordinary explanation. I don't know what it was, but it was tubular and bright, and small objects came and departed at high speed.
No, it's not a bird. I can see it still. I can see it still.
We have motion picture films, magnetometer recordings, sound recordings, and a whole variety of data that begin to make us think that UFOs are technological, that they're really not something natural after all, but something not only technological, but highly...
I've actually got a Commodore 64. I just need the power unit for it. And I've got the tape machine and all that for it. Yeah. Oh, I love stuff like that.
Sophisticated and capable of speeds and accelerations far beyond anything
No, it's not,
we've
mate.
ever
It's
dreamed
real.
of. In fact, we've
Don't
really
think it
been
is.
surprised at how fast these things can move that we've tracked. And frankly, I would say that
Not Anus.
they simply don't originate on the Earth, at least any place on the Earth that I know of. If the Soviet Union has that kind of technology, so God help the free world. And if the free world has it, God help the Soviets.
It was this man, Kenneth Arnold, from Boise in Idaho, who ushered in the era of the flying saucer. On June the 24th, 1947, he took off from this airfield at Chehalis in Washington state and headed for the high Cascade Mountains. A member of the Idaho Search and Rescue Organization, his intention was to look for a crashed military aircraft. But as he scoured the slopes of Mount Rainier, something happened to change his life and trigger off a worldwide obsession that endures to this day.
At this point is when I would say approximately is where I had this terrific flash hit the air. My aircraft lit up the inside of my aircraft.
Hey, brother.
And I assumed, of course, at the time in a split second that it was probably a P-51 fighter that had dove over my nose and that it was the sun's reflecting upon these bright wing surfaces that caused it. However, before I gathered my wits together, I looked way off here to the north, and that's when I saw where the flash came from. It was an echelon formation of very peculiar-looking aircraft, and they were rapidly approaching Mount Rainier. And it was at about this point when I got here, I could see their tail surfaces, or the rear end of them, and the second craft from the rear had a more or less crescent-shaped look, and it had a hole in the center of it. And of course, I kept mulling in my mind, that's the damnedest looking airplane I ever saw.
Damn.
Arnold timed the craft as they sped between two mountain peaks almost 50 miles apart.
I looked at my sweep second hand on my 24-hour clock, and they had covered this distance of approximately 50 miles in 1 minute and 42 seconds. It was placing their speed at approximately 1,700 miles an hour, 1,781 it came out at that distance, which was, of course, unheard of in 1947.
Okay.
And photographing them, too.
Right, hold on.
Or whatnot, it was completely dropped, and everybody started seeing flying saucers. And they've been seeing them ever since.
And photographing them, too. Anywhere from Australia, where a sheep farmer took this strange shot, to America and this 1950 cassock from McMinnville in Oregon. Some pictures show such detail that skeptics simply scoff.
Yeah, still to this day.
Others are more enigmatic.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Look, I'm going to be honest. The colored photo one of this original photograph shows a smoke trail coming from this object, and that's a real photograph. Look, again, out of all the photographs, yeah, do you know what? I thought the same thing as well, mate. It's like a pig squealing. That original photograph there, I have to admit, is pretty good because it does show a smoke trail coming behind it. That's a coloured photograph. I don't forgot it with me at the moment, but I'll make a mental note of it.
This is from Madre de Dios in Peru. This was taken by teenager Stephen Pratt at Conisborough in Yorkshire. Pictures can be faked and eyewitnesses can be mistaken. The object reported here to be bluish at first, then red and luminous, was almost certainly Venus. The witness, Jimmy Carter, later President of the United States. Sometimes hundreds of people can be fooled. Many thought this apparition over the Rocky Mountains was a spaceship.
Yeah, right. First of all, Moody actually corrected me on this one because this was shown on the 1994 German UFO documentary called UFO Secrets of the Third Reich. It shows this clip, and I thought it was a UFO. I was corrected.
In fact, it was a large meteorite which grazed the Earth's atmosphere 40 miles up and then bounced off forever into space.
There we go. See, so even I can make mistakes.
But don't laugh at these people. Anybody can be fooled by a thing like this. I've been myself. In fact, behind these doors is my own favorite personal UFO.
Fucking dildo machine. Oh, it's a balloon. Yes, unfortunately, I've seen a lot of that, Mark.
Hemin. I was standing in the garden of my house late one afternoon. The sun was just above the horizon.
Oh,
and
is it?
Higher up in the sky, the planet Venus was shining like a brilliant star. It was such a beautiful sight that I called out one of my staff and said, "Look, Venus." And he looked.
Okay, right. Yeah, just go to the to your comment, Godstopper. Oh, hi, Godstopper. Yeah, I don't know if I said hello to you before. Yeah, I do apologize, but yeah, do you know a lot of those photographs you see of? I did a show on it, didn't I? You know, where are these flying saucers back in the 1950s and 60s? You know, your traditional brim of the hat flying saucers that we've been seeing photographs here. Look, a lot of these, and I think our vast majorities were actually faked. Okay, it got to be said. It's too good to be true. We just don't see these anymore. You know, not saying that they're all faked, but some of them are, like I said, too good to be true. So I didn't realize that, mate. I'll look into that one. Yeah, but thanks for putting that comment. I'll definitely take a look.
Up and said, "Oh yes, Venus." And I said, "No, Venus." He looked again, "Venus." I realized a few minutes later there were two stars shining brightly in the sky. The other object further to the north was just as bright as Venus and apparently motionless. It took me quite a while to find out what it was. It was the local weather balloon, and it was becalmed maybe 40,000 feet up. So it looked like a brilliant object, silvery object in the sky, a most convincing UFO.
Can mistaken identities also explain the handful of cine films which appear to show UFOs, like this one shot by surveyor Peter Day near Aylesbury in southern England?
Oh, really? Oh, right.
Or this hazy footage taken at a baseball stadium in Great Falls, Montana, which some think shows Air Force jets preparing to land.
Heady music.
Or this, filmed by a British television crew in Oxfordshire.
Oh, that's a contrail. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to get to Moody's comment. I've been thinking about getting a weather balloon and seeing if it could get footage from right up near space, but recovery would be next to impossible in the UK. I have some ideas, though. To be honest with you, are you allowed to do that, mate? I don't know with weather balloons. I mean, if you're next to an airport or something like that, it depends how big it is. I don't know. I don't know if there's any rules or regulation, but mate, I'd love to do something like that. I'll find where the wind speeds are going. Excuse me. Oh, just yeah, find where the wind speeds are going. Go like 10 miles in that direction. Let the balloon go off, and then drive back, and then wait to see how well this weather balloon actually does, and then film it. Pretty sure someone has done it before. So, but yeah, I think that's a contrail.
That's a deuce.
Could it be, as some suggest, simply an American Air Force plane jettisoning fuel high above the Earth?
Yeah. Oh my God, how could you not see that?
One of the most celebrated of all UFO films.
Hold on, go back.
Simply an...
Look, come on. This is 1980s. This is stupid. Hold on. Go back.
Or this, filmed by a British television crew in Oxfordshire.
Oh no, a chemtrail.
Could it be, as some suggest, simply an American Air Force plane jettisoning fuel high above the Earth? One of the most celebrated of all UFO films is this, shot at Catalina Island in California by professional cameraman Lee Hansen.
It was one of these clear days, and that's why I was up, because you could see to infinity, and it was an ideal day for aerial photography. And it appeared silver with a shadow underneath, as though it was metallic, and it was moving at a rate of speed, I would say 150 miles an hour plus or minus, and appeared to be maybe 20 meters across.
We decided to analyze the Catalina film. At the Jet Propulsion Laboratories in Pasadena, California, every frame is scanned and turned into numbers by Dr. Robert Nathan, top expert in the computer enhancement of photographs. His object is to get the clearest possible picture by averaging the best frames of the film. The first frame is called in from the magnetic tape and repeated on the right-hand side of the screen.
Now there's going to be a series of operations where I'm going to take the picture and start editing it to the next picture. The second photograph is being brought in, its contrast is stretched, and now it is being added to the first photograph. This picture now represents the average of the two photographs, and we're beginning to see a smoothing out of the background sky and an emergence of various shapes in the object. The third photograph has been brought in. This picture shows the average of all of these three, and now you begin to see an appearance of a strong white image on the top, and there seems to be some holes or some kind of transparency underneath here. One takes a good look at this, and considering that the speed of the object, as reported...
Sorry, guys, I find this a bit boring. We'll skip ahead a minute. I obviously want to watch, not all of it, but there's some just really good, interesting accounts here. Yeah, going back to your question, Moody. Yeah, with the camera, I'm going to be honest with you. The one that I use is an Insta360 Ace Pro 2. The connection signal is pretty good on that, but again, putting it up into space, is it going to connect though? This is it. I don't think it is, to be honest with you. Yeah, relatively cheap. Oh god, trying to find a camera for that. Yeah, interesting though. Just need to research it, and I need to research if I'll get nicked. Yeah, this is the thing, mate. Yeah, but yeah, if you do go ahead with that, yeah, please keep us informed. I'll be interested to find out. Yeah. But the tech is so cheap these days. Oh, is it? All right. It might make it worthwhile if legal. Yeah. Thing is, I would do that sort of. I would definitely do that sort of experiment. Obviously, you need to attach a camera to it. It'd be just good to see where the location is actually traveling at. But again, you don't want to sort of fuck around too much, man. I don't know the legal process of that, to be honest with you. But yeah, it'll be good, man. But yeah, cameras, try the Insta360 or GoPro. I'm pretty sure I saw like a GoPro being put into space. But the thing is, you need to track it, though. This is the thing. Can you track these? I think pretty sure we can track these ones. But anyway. A civilian can launch a weather balloon in the UK, but they need to contact the Civilian Aviation Authority. That would make sense, mate. Yeah, because with balloonists as well, it's the same thing. If they're traveling over like an airport or something, they need to contact them. Yeah. Yeah, but 60 miles. Yeah, this is it. 60 miles plus. Bloody hell. Although it would be using a dish from the ground, I assume. Oh, to track. Yeah, this is it. Mate, whatever it does, it sounds expensive. Use a phone and stream it. Yeah, you probably could actually. Probably get good signal actually. I don't know. Can you get like 4G or something like that at that sort of altitude? But yeah, that'd be a good one. Though I'm pretty sure someone might have done it in the past. Let's have a look. Sorry, I was looking for. I tell you what, StreamYard is really just so weird. Everything's all changed. Right, back on chat. Yes, we're back on it. They probably being manhandled by the ghost of Arthur C Clarke as he typed. As we type, yeah. Let's go to Arthur C Clarke. Go on then. Oh God. Is this actually still going? Hold on. What's going on? Wait a minute. Hang on. What's going on, guys? Is something? Let me just check if I've been like copyrighted or something. Hold on. Because I just got a message saying that stream has been suspended. Hold on a minute. Do apologize. Go to studio. Copyrighted? I haven't got a message so far. No. Sorry, guys. Guys, what is actually going on so far? Your stream went down for 30 seconds. Right. Okay. Men in Black. Yeah. I don't think I haven't got a copyright. I'm in studio at the moment. Okay. Right. Well, we'll continue anyway. I'm pretty sure I can use this. Yeah. You got one said stream has been suspended. Okay, right. For violation, right? I fucking hope not. Me being violated. That sounds like an Ollie thing, right? Okay. To be honest with you, let's be on a safe bet. Let's just get the fuck off that because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. Because yeah, I haven't received anything. Sorry, guys, for going silent. I just checked out chat, just saying that the stream went down. Okay, right. Well, to be on a safe bet. This is what happens when I 420 in the middle of the show. I screw my words up. Yeah, to be on a safe bet, let's not play any more Arthur C Clarke. I thought it was fine to use. I really thought it was fine. I see you here now. Okay. Maybe Arthur C Clarke's like, brother, don't use my stuff. Okay. So it's right behind me. What we see now is a small window on the left, and Arthur C Clarke video is paused. Okay. Refresh, Moody. Refresh, because I've now clicked off it. Yes, goodbye, Arthur. And yeah, thanks for the copyright. Bastard. God knows what happened there, mate. God knows what happened. Right, have I got anything else I can show? Oh, yeah, go on. I've got some other stuff that can obviously get me copyrighted. I was going to play this on Hidden Show. And it's all to do with UFOs, don't worry. I saw this from year 2000. Go on, just have a bit of a laugh. Go on.
Viewers should explore all sources of information before reaching their own conclusions.
Yes, to a certain person who believes in flipping like flying orbs and stuff like that. Don't say the person's name. Yeah.
This
is more like it.
Shaped object.
Take a look at this.
Oh my God.
This is a video taken over Area 51.
Gulf region suddenly become a hotspot for these unidentified flying objects.
Men in pink.
Sat there for hours, witnessed by hundreds of people.
The planes passed, and I saw this strange craft in the sky.
There were craft watching us land on the moon.
In approximately 4 seconds, down goes an intricate snowflake.
Pretty much. I tell you what, Green Tea, the copyright issues I'm getting, I had to delete, not delete, like for instance, the intro music for Alien Addict, I constantly get copyrights for it. I always dispute it, always fine, but it's just like stupid little things like that. Any little clip, like I had to delete a small little clip that was like 10 seconds long because it was copyrighted. It's so stupid, man. YouTube's changed so much. Probably have to go to Rumble, but I'm actually live on Rumble at the moment. But yeah, it's like Gestapo. You are right. Oh, click the wrong bloody thing. Hold on, where am I going to? There we go.
Craft comes into view.
There she is. The craft is becoming.
So this is year 2000, guys. We're 20 years ahead.
They have flight capabilities we have not yet achieved.
It appears to be metallic. It appears to be a craft.
We seem to have some sort of trail that follows the object.
Thousands of people with our cameras in our hands are going to produce the evidence. This is real.
Qué bueno. Okay. UFOs. No. Best evidence ever caught on film. If you believe that. Go on, let's have a laugh. Go on.
What you are seeing may be the most credible UFO footage ever shot over America. It is unlikely that they are hoaxes. Investigators who have analyzed the footage believe that we are seeing either super secret technology being tested or perhaps actual alien spacecraft.
I'm going to get a copyright for this.
1997. It began March 13th. Residents had observed strange lights in the sky for the preceding.
Yeah, I was as well, mate.
On this short tape.
Look, I tell you what, let's see the situation, because God knows what happened there. I seem to be going on fine, according to chat. We can catch up from next week. If I don't get a copyright during the week, we'll continue with Arthur C Clarke. There's loads of things. He's got so many different episodes. This is a specific one. I was talking about UFOs. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I was enjoying it too, mate. Don't worry, we'll get back to it. I think it's fine, to be honest. I think it's
then
fine.
At 9:45 p.m. on the 13th, thousands of people witnessed this amazing display. Tom King, a local resident, captured it on tape.
Major sighting here.
Major sighting here.
This isn't like the stuff I'm normally seeing. This is extraordinary. You look at it and go, that's not an aircraft. We were perplexed the whole time trying to figure out, what is this thing?
As the tape rolled, 5 lights blinked on in sequence, offering an outline of a flying object as it hovered near the mountains. Bill Hamilton, a resident, was with King as he taped the lights.
This was a very significant mass sighting because at least one of these objects was seen traveling.
Was it fact or fiction? Will Reich used to do? Is it Will? Yeah, it's Will Riker, isn't it? Yeah. Will Riker. Yeah, very distinct voice. He used to do fact and fiction. Me and the missus used to watch that back in the day.
Down diagonally the entire state of Arizona. Thousands of witnesses, several videotapes, hundreds of phone calls were made to local television stations, to local police stations.
That same evening, insurance salesman Mike Kristen was at home with his wife when he recorded this astonishing video of the same event from 40 miles away.
Saw a single point of light farther to the east on the mountains than I've ever seen before. All of a sudden, another sequence of lights started to form to the right.
So I've been hearing the debunks of this, the fact that they were actually flares, but it was on the mountain curvature. So when you're from a distance, you can actually see this. I mean, but look, I wasn't there, but according to eyewitnesses, whether or not you think their testimonies are real, this was an actual triangular craft. This was like one massive craft that looked like a boomerang, but more triangle-like.
Right of it. And I happened to be catching everything. This whole entire sequence came on.
Right.
They're very large, larger than any light in the city.
Take a look at the footage. I'm not telling you what they are. If it was an alien spacecraft, there's something out there that they can't defend us against.
Oh, cheers. Thanks, Green Tail. Go check it out. Yeah.
A third video was shot simultaneously, showing the same lights going out in order.
It's an amazing thing. This is a huge sighting that happened.
By inputting the video into a computer, image processor Jim Dilatoso was able to determine what the Phoenix UFOs looked like.
Now we have 3D mountains and topology that we can swing around and look at it from different angles. We feel very certain that the object, tip to tip, is more.
Hey, how's it going? Nice to see you.
National newspapers soon carried front-page stories of the enormous V-shaped object seen over Phoenix. But the local military base did nothing to calm the fears of the 10,000 residents who were startled by what they saw. A Phoenix councilwoman, Frances Barwood, has called for an investigation into the strange lights.
There's people that were active military that were afraid to say publicly what they saw because they had been told that it would be the end of their career.
Area 51, Nevada, 1992.
Yeah, I'll stop there. Yeah, but the Phoenix Lights is really interesting because it was a mass sighting seen by thousands of people. Some people that was in close proximity of the actual lights itself said it was an actual craft. Some people said it was flares. There were so many different theories behind it. Nevertheless, it was really interesting globally. Yes, Kurt Russell did see. He was actually flying his plane, and he apparently saw it in the distance. He was quite far away. There is a clip, but I know for sure that it's BBC, and they're will definitely flag me for that one, so I can't play it. But yeah, if you go check out Kurt Russell, he did an interview, just quick interview where he actually saw the Phoenix Lights. I find it compelling, man. The Phoenix Lights, it really is. Did we do an episode with Hidden on that one? Might have done. But yeah, it's part of UFO history. Mate, your breath stinks. My cat is on my lap. I'm just getting the heat in the room and his breath. Just I don't know what he's eating, but it fucking stinks. Jesus Christ. Wasn't he piloting the plane at the time? Yes, he was actually in the sky. He did report it down to, what's it called? Like central control system, what's it called? I can't figure the name. Where you contact the people, air traffic control. That's the word I'm thinking of. Yeah, he did contact them to say, look, there are these lights in the sky. I think he saw for a brief period of time, but yeah, he was in the sky at the time. Yeah, well, for sure. The story claimed, expand is the flares came after the actual event, a large black triangle. The triangle was more. Not like a solid triangle, like a TR3B. It was more boomerang-ish, but more triangle-ish, if that makes sense. They were told docking platforms got loose. Oh, what? Individual platforms. And not one big solid craft that people were saying. Yeah, Kurt Russell, that's it. Can't lie, I didn't know they were married. Just remember who was... Okay, something I was... not paying attention to. Oh, that's cool, man. Same here. Tuna bread. Mate, I know what the fuck it is. Mate, what have you been eating? I don't know. It's like, it's cat breath. I can't describe it. He's a beautiful cat, but my God. Everyone says he's very long for a cat. He's jet black, and he looks like a cat from like Egypt sort of time. But the only thing, he fucking breath stings, isn't it, mate? Jesus Christ. Fuck. Right, let's get on with the program.
Night vision video was recorded over our nation's most secret base. An intrepid news crew was investigating the strange craft people were seeing there, when the cameraman managed to capture this large, glowing orb that seemed to hover like a flying saucer. But despite evidence like this being shot over the base for years, the government refused to comment.
The military is lying about this. They've had interest at high levels.
Hey, a very younger George Knapp.
UFO era.
George Knapp, a Las Vegas-based TV reporter, believes UFOs exist.
We know that secret things have gone on there. There had been various reports in the local press over the years that strange things had been seen. I think there are people who operate for our government or its
No, I don't eat
emissaries who try
mice.
to scare people out of
It's
getting
Francis.
too close.
Area 51, Nevada, 1993. This
Oh, that's a
astonishing
good one.
footage was leaked from the secret base by a high-ranking military source working.
Oh,
He
okay.
is
All
speaking
right.
with
Fair
us
enough.
anonymously to avoid government reprisals. Never before seen on primetime television, it reportedly
interesting.
documents a UFO encounter captured by military cameras.
That's good.
This is an actual radar transmitting against a target, a metallic target, bouncing back, reflecting information.
Right. Now, Jerry Corbell. Right, get off my lap, you stink. Jerry Corbell and George Knapp, obviously, with Weaponized, releases pretty crap wank footage. But this is from 1993, if I remember rightly. Check this out.
I'm supposed to be there at that time. These were not any military type of test.
The object appears to transform into unusual shapes while it continues to fly about
Yeah, it's probably,
as
mate.
if to avoid pursuit. The numbers in the upper corner document the distance covered by the unknown object. At one point, the UFO travels nearly 13 miles in 6 seconds.
The object on this tape makes extremely rapid velocity changes and cornering maneuvers that are not possible with any aircraft we have on the planet today.
Gulf
Right.
Breeze, Florida.
Sorry to bring up. All right, go free to talk about that in a minute. Right. The thing is, Moody, my cat doesn't. I don't see it drink. Why can you not see me properly or no? Whatever. Yeah, my cat does not drink water. I never see it drink water. That's why his breath stinks. It's always there available, but he just doesn't drink it. I've tried tap water. I've used water from the water, but bottled water, everything just doesn't have it. That's why his breath is rancid. I don't know. He doesn't eat mice. The thing is, he plays with it. It's just a smelly bastard. Yeah, same with Knapp and Corbell cheerleaders now. Yeah, I believe they want to do good, but I think they're led down a path where it's just keeping us on our toes. In my opinion.
A man living in this seaside town located
Ed
near other
Walters.
sensitive military installations delivered these startling photos to the town newspaper.
Mr. X.
Soon after, this extraordinary nighttime footage of the same structured craft was made public. Navy optical physicist Bruce Maccabee was initially baffled.
But it wasn't until I spent a considerable amount of time
Oh,
analyzing
brilliant.
it that I
Fresh
realized
breath.
just how
New brush.
impressive
All right.
it was.
Oh,
The shape, the structure, and the way it moved is not a characteristic of any craft that human beings make.
Gulf Breeze, Florida, 1993. These UFOs
oh
were
cheers,
also
Moody.
caught on tape by another resident.
I'll get that tomorrow.
Look at this footage of an accelerating UFO. In slow motion, the object does not appear to be a missile or any known projectile, nor does this strange object.
No brush.
Here it is again in a third clip. In slow motion, the camera records a small silver streak of instant acceleration.
We don't have this type of capability for propulsion technology in existence in human science.
We showed some of the
Get him off
Area
the
51
toilet.
and
Really,
Gulf
that worked?
Breeze footage to the former deputy director of the CIA, Admiral
That
Bobby
footage
Ray
did look
Inman.
like a lampshade.
He believes what we're seeing
Yeah, that one,
is
eh?
of earthly origin.
When we see these observations over military installations, then instantly my perception is that we're probably observing some test of some new technology.
Yeah, you won't go for a spray in the mouth,
Redfish
mate.
Point, Florida,
It'll have to be something he
1993.
eats.
This extraordinary
Cats like running
cylinder-shaped
water.
UFO
Okay,
was
I've seen his
reported just
machines.
outside Gulf Breeze by UFO investigator
Drinks
Michael
water,
Hawkins.
yeah.
It hovers over the beach, not too far from Eglin Air Force Base.
Yes.
It was scaring
Quite
me,
right.
actually. You know, I'd never seen
Quite
nothing
right.
like that before with any kind of structure on it. I thought maybe it might be a military craft, but after a while, I started to think that, you know, possibly it was some kind of alien probe.
Midway City, Florida, 1993. Amazingly, Hawkins managed to shoot footage of another strange object near Gulf Breeze that was also videotaped by 2 other photographers. These astonishing videos from different angles reveal an extraordinary Christmas tree-shaped craft hovering over a dense forest. At times, the object appears to give off dense smoke. Then suddenly, it shines an intense beam directly at the camera.
From all the tapes I've collected, I
Yeah,
do
it's
believe
true.
there is
90s
alien
fashion.
activity over Gulf Breeze.
And
How
over
fucking
other
hot.
military bases and major cities like Phoenix. Yet the government continues to deny the very existence of UFOs.
Yeah,
despite
John.
startling evidence caught on
Helicopter.
tape. Perhaps all these videos now being shot will prompt officials to admit that
It's not bad.
unexplained objects
It's
are
not bad.
indeed flying in our skies.
Yeah, helicopter. Look at the flashing
Coming
light.
up next,
Yeah.
your first look at this UFO caught on tape in Ecuador.
All right, go on then.
Was
Let's check this
Victor
out.
Chiloisa managed to capture what many experts are calling one of the most extraordinary UFOs ever caught on tape.
Right. Let's have a
In
look.
this never-before-seen footage, a structured rotating craft can clearly be seen in the nighttime sky. According to Chiloisa, the craft hovered.
Right, okay. First things first. Remember Chinese lanterns, how they glow from the middle? Just pay attention to this. It does turn.
High school student Victor Chiloisa managed to capture what many experts are calling one of the most
It could have smaller. Look, I'm not obviously trying to debunk this, but look, it kind of looks like a lantern, but a more fancier version of a lantern.
extraordinary UFOs ever caught on tape. In this never-before-seen footage, a
All right, you can see something coming down there, possibly string.
structured rotating craft can clearly be seen in the nighttime sky. According to Chiloisa, the craft hovered very briefly.
I was with two cousins, one friend.
Bueno.
Suddenly, we saw some red lights in the sky. 5 minutes later, maybe, I went out with the camera again. This object was like a star, like a 6-point star. And I began filming it.
500 people in the city of Guayaquil.
I love it. I love the
witnessed
camcorder.
unprecedented close encounter. The craft, which resembles a glowing chandelier, did not appear to be any craft that Chiloisa and his friends were familiar with.
Couldn't be a
Okay,
helicopter,
right.
couldn't be an airplane, it
1995.
couldn't be, well, whatever. It just could be an UFO. It was, for me, unbelievable.
I don't know.
I
Look.
was so
Look.
astonished that I couldn't be, well, what?
Look in the middle.
Chandelier did not appear to be any craft that Chiloisa and his friends
Bear in mind, we are dealing with VHS tapes here, and they're not the best of quality. As soon as you start zooming in, the pixels are a bit crap.
were familiar with.
But for me, it just kind of looks like some sort of fire or light source.
Couldn't be a helicopter, it couldn't be an airplane, it couldn't be, well,
tricky one,
whatever.
isn't
It just could be an UFO. It was, for me, unbelievable. I was so astonished that I couldn't say anything.
Though one of America's top imaging experts was intrigued by the UFO, he cautions it could be a miniature.
I'm afraid that could be just some kind of toy with a lot of reflective surfaces on it. But there's just not enough to go on.
Brazil, 1990. These provocative images.
Yeah, actually, it's the chandelier
Motorists
photograph.
traveling
Yeah,
on a
good
busy
point.
highway were stunned to see this disc-shaped craft flashing strange patterns in the sky. Researchers have uncovered no reports of any known aircraft in the area that night, which could have accounted for what was videotaped. As with so many UFOs, this flying craft is a mystery. Like in the United States, video cameras are capturing UFOs near sensitive military installations around the world. While these unknown craft could be secret military
Sure.
vehicles, they could be something else. Greifswald, East Germany, 1990. East German and Russian personnel working at a nuclear plant recorded these UFO clusters forming over the site. Investigators would determine that they are independent craft which appear to circle each other and blink out one at a time.
I eagerly await the skeptic who can explain to me what the Griswold footage represents. You've got different people from different angles videotaping this thing, hundreds of witnesses. It sat there for hours over a sensitive location.
Okay, not flares then. Well, he said
You've
he's
got
set
one
there
night
for
there
hours.
Where, one object comes in and joins
Oh,
these
yeah.
other things.
Alright.
What operates like that? I don't know.
Mexico, 1991. Vicente Sanchez took a video camera to Mexico City's Independence Day air show and caught something totally unexpected on tape. In a rare video sequence, a UFO seems to hover in front of a squadron of military jets on maneuvers.
I'm following the path of the planes, and I suddenly found a strange object in the sky. I didn't know what it was, so I let the planes pass.
As Sanchez remains focused on the UFO, the object appears to come closer to the camera. Then something inexplicable occurs.
When the object was right near me, the camera suddenly turned off. It's very strange that the battery would drain so quickly, because the camera was showing in the viewfinder that the battery was full.
What happened to the electrical system of Sanchez's camera
It's hard to
eerily
tell,
matches
mate.
the reports of
It could be
pilots
for
who
our
have encountered
technology.
UFOs while in flight.
Hey, how's it
Many
going?
say
You
their
sounds
plane's
nice. Nice to see
electrical
you.
systems
Nice to
have
see you.
mysteriously turned
Mustache.
off. The Mexican military has not disclosed how their planes reacted to the close encounter Sanchez
Hope you're
faced.
doing well, brother.
But
Welcome on in.
witnesses say 5 of their jets broke formation to chase the UFO. Mexico City, 1993. At the same annual military air show, a second amateur photographer recorded another mysterious flying craft. In this startling footage, we can see the apparent UFO flying right through a squadron of helicopters.
Oh, yeah.
Top experts who have studied the footage have concluded the object is not a bird and is 2 or 3 meters in diameter. Whatever it is, it seems to fly dangerously close to the chopper, sometimes in front and sometimes behind the whirling blades. Again, the Mexican authorities have refused to comment about the incident.
Yeah. The thing is with that, a skeptic would say it's a balloon, and the reason why it's flashing is because the reflection of the sun. Gonna be honest, there is no
Sometimes in
source
front
of
and
sunlight.
sometimes behind.
Yeah, it's like it's covered, but it's still pretty good, man. It's still pretty good. Yeah, some really good footage here. Yeah, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Welcome on in, brother. Welcome on in. Hope you're having a good day. Do you reckon I'll get copyright for this? Fucking so much. I don't know what happened. I hope is the stream running fine. Hopefully, after a while, because I know the copyright issues when you're playing these videos for a long period of time. But these UFO sightings are I quite like these actually. You know, even though it's VHS, not HD, and this is year 2000, so blast from the past.
The whirling blades.
So look,
Again,
what else we got here?
Mexican authorities have refused to comment about the incident. And UFOs are not only being videotaped near the world's most sophisticated military craft. NASA's own cameras have captured UFOs near our spacecraft launches, and even in outer space. Cape Kennedy, Florida, 1993. During the liftoff of the Space Shuttle Columbia, footage was shot of an unusual object which appeared to streak by the spacecraft as it made its way into orbit.
I've seen them. They're
The UFO
huge.
seen here has never been explained. Its very close proximity to the shuttle clearly could have posed a danger to our astronauts inside.
I think that technology
While there
is
have been many mysterious
ancient.
objects seen in film
Shutting
during our
down
manned missions.
electrical
Perhaps
appliances and stuff like
the
that.
most startling
Even
footage
aircraft.
showing UFOs near our astronauts was shot by Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin just prior to the historic moon landing in the summer of 1969.
Okay.
Here you see 2 glowing orbs hovering
See what
over
we
the
can do.
lunar surface, which appear brighter than anything else in the frame. Are these merely reflections of light bulbs inside the lunar module, as NASA contends, or something much more phenomenal? Either way, this rarely seen footage helped fuel rumors that the Apollo 11 astronauts saw alien spacecraft watching them from a nearby crater rim as they walked on the moon. And some UFO researchers are convinced our government's Star Wars defense systems were really designed to protect us from a possible alien confrontation. And such weapons have even been
Okay, we're just going to finish this up and let's go back to Arthur C Clarke.
used just above the Earth. September 1991.
Oh,
In
this is a really good
footage
one.
Shot by NASA's own cameras aboard the Space Shuttle Discovery, an
Yeah, that.
unidentified object appears to emerge from the Earth's atmosphere and move steadily toward the upper left. Then, as a peculiar flash is detected in the lower left of the frame, the strange object seems to dart off into space.
There's the main object. It's going to come over here. There will be a flash.
Oh, big.
It'll dart back here.
What are
then
they
you'll see a
called?
streak go
Those
through here.
TVs.
As radical as it sounds, Dr.
It's
Jack
CRVs or
Kasher,
something
who
like
has
that, I
worked on
remember.
Star Wars defense development, believes we may be witnessing a Star Wars weapon being fired just before a UFO performs an evasive maneuver.
Watch
Okay.
for a double flash down here, and then it'll zip off. There's the flash. There it goes. here comes a streak right through where it had been.
While NASA has maintained that this footage probably shows ice particles being affected by the shuttle's rockets, Kasher is certain this is not the case. He believes NASA's cameras caught extraterrestrial vehicles navigating over our planet.
An ice particle simply cannot stop and wait for half a second and then react to being pushed by the exhaust from the shuttle. I think the video itself is a landmark because of the significance of what appears to be going on there, and the fact that it appears that we really are looking at spacecraft out in space away from the shuttle.
Awesome. Right, there we go. I tell you what, let's catch up with that next week. And let's bring up, just to finish off, because it's only like half an hour, this Arthur C Clarke. And guys, please let me know if stream goes down or fucks up again in chat. But yeah, please don't troll me, because I don't know what's going on. I had no idea what happened earlier. But yeah, today is obviously about Arthur C Clarke and all that. So if you're getting strike for at least, yes, he would say that, absolutely, 100%. So yeah, let's crack on with finish off with Arthur C Clarke talking about UFOs. Remember, this is 1980. All right, that's how far back we're going. Let's finish off this. Let's do it.
Reported by Lee Hansen, the photographer, is that this is moving at about 120 miles an hour. This begins to look like a small commercial airplane. And one can draw the comparison that you have the bright wing on the top, the windows, and the stabilizer, the rudder structure, and that's it. The Catalina film, I'm afraid, falls into the category of an identified flying airplane.
Well, I've looked at this film quite a few times, and I'm convinced that it was a small private plane. There's no need to look any further for an explanation. And that, of course, is the trouble with long-range sightings. We can never
go back and have a look
what they were. But even if it was a visitor from outer space, we couldn't prove it. For this reason, I'm no longer interested in UFO sightings. But what does intrigue me, what is very mysterious, are the so-called close encounters.
Okay, so the footage that there was this.
It was metallic, and it was moving at a rate of speed, I would say 150 miles an hour, plus or minus, and appeared to
Shot at Catalina Island in California by professional cameraman Lee Hansen.
Yeah, I guess, because you are dealing with very, I mean, this is 1960s, this is, so yeah, that is apparently is a private plane, apparently.
It was one of these clear days, and that's why I was up, because you could see
what you're saying
For this reason, I'm no longer interested. It does intrigue me, what is very mysterious, are the so-called close encounters.
Yeah, it's good footage. Good footage, don't get me wrong.
One such encounter
hard
happened to
to tell,
Mrs.
isn't it,
Jessie
really?
Rustenberg, then living in this Staffordshire farmhouse.
It was on an October day, the 21st of
Hard
October
to
in
tell, mate, innit?
1954. I was in the back kitchen of the house preparing myself, just having washed, and I heard this noise. Now, it was just like a giant cauldron of water being poured onto a red-hot fire, but if you can imagine, 1,000 times louder. And my first reaction was the children. I must get out, there's a plane crashing. So I slipped on my jumper, I ran out through the side entrance of the house towards the front garden to look for them coming across the fields. And to my amazement, there, suspended on the top of the roof of this old farm,
Yeah, we'll
was
see,
this
mate. Fingers crossed.
object that I can only describe as a huge Mexican hat.
Yes, you got a very good point there, Bob. Yeah, Hidden always says to me, just if you've got long videos to show and you're not too sure, pause it like now and then. Do you know what? I love But being into ufology, I love old cases. I love old testimonies. I love old footage and programs like this. This is why I really wanted to show it, because with Alien Addicts, I want to go back into the past and look at ufology. And I just love programs like this. And I'm sure you guys do as well. It's just unfortunately those bots are bastards. So yeah, I think we've got about 10 minutes left. So yeah, we'll pause it now and then have a little discussion.
It was that shape without the bubbles. It must have been 15 to 20 yards from where I stood. It covered the roof, so in circumference, it must have been about 60 feet. It was enormous. The people in the spacecraft were just looking out. I could see them from the waist to the top of their heads. They were very beautiful people. They had long golden hair, like the old kings used to wear, turned under. They had a very vivid blue, like ski top affair on. And they just looked at us. Their eyes, the expression in their eyes were full of compassion. And then all of a sudden, I felt the tension leaving me, and I felt movement, and I turned round to touch my children. And when I looked again, it was gone. Now, we stood there, and I said to the boys, "Did you see what I see?"
Oh no, it's off again.
Yes, Mummy, yes. I said, "Well, where is it? It's gone."
For God's sake, is it gone off again? Right, hold on, let me just double check. Arthur C Clarke, are you haunting my stream, you bastard? Hold on, let me just check if there's... Oh no! Oh, fucking damn it. Oh, bastard.